Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Branchport. So last time I started kind of oddly, and this time I'm going to start a little oddly too. So I've recently discovered, I should have known about this a long time ago, but I recently discovered, and it's really awesome and I want to tell you guys about it, a tournament called Junethack, which starts in, of course, June, and runs across normal NetHack, nethack.alt.org, which is the main NetHack server, and several variants of NetHack. So it's a cross-variant tournament. It's really awesome. It has a bunch of trophies. You get points. You compete with a bunch of other people. And we've looked at a couple variants in my Branchport segment already. So you may have noticed SporkHack, the NetHack variant that's a little light on content but very rich in balancing. It tries to make a very unbreakable game, which is very cool. We looked at GruntHack, which kind of bridges the gap, so it does add quite a bit of content, but it also is kind of aiming for that balanced sort of non-breakable NetHack playing experience. And that's cool too. Other ones I'm going to get to, NetHack, of course, NetHack for AceHack. But today we're going to go the bottom of the list. It has been updated recently, and I thought it would be recently as in like within the last couple of months. As of this recording, which is March 12th. But I thought we would look at dNethack, which does add quite a bit of stuff, and is going for some late-game balancing, especially in terms of artifacts. So there's quite a few new artifacts, which I love. Artifacts, I think, I don't know, they're a really fun part of the game, and just getting an artifact in a game just makes you so happy. So let's pick that up and give it a try. Okay, we're back. So right now, I'm not in the game quite yet. I'm in my GitHub shell. The game is currently on a GitHub repository. That means I have to copy it from there, aka clone it, and then I can start playing it. So there's several ways you can do that. You can download a zip if you go to the repository. I'll have a link in the comments of this video. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. I guess the old-fashioned way would be to use an actual good terminal or bash shell or something like that. This is the shell that comes with the GitHub GUI that you can download for Windows. Use this. Get to understand this one first if you're new to the whole GitHub thing. But without further ado, we're going to git clone. So that's going to make a copy of the game. And then we have to put in our identifier or URL that we'll be able to make that copy from. So let me just type all of this out laboriously. I'm going to pause. Okay, you can of course copy drop this if you want. I thought I'd type it all out for you to see. So that is the repository. Now we just hit enter, boop, 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 cloning into dNethack, and it's starting. And it just kind of pulls everything to you. Not only does it get the game, but it also gets all of the branches. Now, this series has kind of been alluding to the concept of branches, and what is a branch exactly? Well, in the GitHub world, someone makes some code, someone makes a game, they put it on GitHub. That's called the main branch. Now, if anyone wants to make their own version of the game, they can do what I'm doing. They can clone it and then just kind of work on their own, or they could fork it. So that makes a branch of the game. Sorry if this is complicated. I should have some little diagrams or something. That makes a branch of the game, and it kind of gets included in a way into the main game, so you can switch between the branches from the main game to one of the branches that someone else is making, and you get to use all of their code, make any of the changes, and an administrator from the main branch can kind of take a look at it and say, oh, this looks good, I like this part maybe not so much, and they can start pulling things from one of those branches into the main branch. So it's a great way to collaborate, but also sort of have independence and freedom. You're not having to consult with an administrator before making the changes. You can go ahead and make changes to your branch, and if they like them, they can pull them in. If they don't, that's fine too. And you end up with a bunch of really awesome sort of NetHack variants like we have today. So there we go. If I hit LS to list, it shows everything in my GitHub folder, which is just dNethack at this time. So now we can get to playing. Okay, and we're in dNethack now. Sorry if the volume keeps bumping up and down. I'm trying to find a good solution. I've been noticing my P's and B's have been popping quite a bit, and that's because I'm too close to the mic. So I've been fiddling with some things to try and get clear volume without having popping. So it looks exactly like our normal NetHack, pretty much. The interface hasn't changed a lot, but as soon as you open up that roles, you start seeing a couple new ones. We have convict. That sounds cool. We have... I thought there were a couple more. Sorry. So let's try that convict. We also have some new races. If we were to select this to random instead, we might be able to get a full list. Oh no, it still wants to auto-select convict. Let's see if there are... Meh, we'll stick with convict. And let's just keep everything else random, shall we? The Book of Tymora. So there I am. You start with a heavy iron ball chained to you and 10 uncursed rocks and a cursed striped shirt. Man, this is a challenging class. I like it already. So, and a pet rat. I like this. I really like this a lot. This is awesome. Nicodemus. So what has changed between this this game and regular NetHack? Well, you can see the tiles are mostly the same. But what has changed, there has been several things kind of taken from Slash'em. So I've noted before that this game uses... let's see, is there a door here? This game uses extended artifacts, so quite a bit more artifacts. They have... you can no longer wish for quest artifacts of another class, so you can only get them through your quest, and they can't be stolen from you except by your quest nemesis. So you don't have to worry about monsters. Come on, there we go. You don't have to worry about monsters stealing stuff from you. And I'm blind too. There we go. Or, you know, the wizard taking your quest artifact. Only your quest nemesis can do that. They've also extended the dungeon quite a bit. Oh, now I'm weak. Man, that hunger clock is really hard on this. And Tymora is displeased. How are you supposed to win this? I'm gonna drink that potion. Good. We found some booze. And that sated me for a little bit. I shouldn't push these boulders around. So they have extended the dungeon quite a bit. They've added a lot of really cool theme levels. A lot of stuff sort of taken from Lovecraftian... I'm feeling weak again. Lovecraftian mythology. You have the drowned city of... I'm not even going to try and say it. Relay? I don't know. Damn you, rat eating my corpse that I need to eat. God damn it. I think you have to try and get rid of that ball basically as soon as you can. There's a couple ways of doing that. But I don't really have anything. They changed Gehenna quite a bit in this game, which is good. Gehenna's just really kind of, not great. It's grindy. Ooh, I'm fainting. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it through this one. Let's try and pray one more time, but I don't think... Yeah, she's displeased. So I don't think I'm long for this world. Okay, on to the next one. Not a convict this time. Okay, this time I'm just a random samurai. So on the... Ooh, I believe it was on the server version of this game, there are extra classes that have been updated from this version. Oh, I think I found a new enemy. And what is this? Some sort of exploding spore. A gas spore. So either they changed the graphic a little bit, or that is indeed a new enemy. And they have added quite a few new monsters. Oh, I have my auto pickup on, I believe. Ah, that's not it. There we go. They have added a few new monsters, which is good. They have also done a lot with the different armors. So it felt in the game that, a lot of the armors were kind of samey. Like if you looked at boots... Oh, nice. We have an armor dealership right here. I don't think there's anything I want / I don't have any gold. If you looked at the boots, basically, like, some of them gave some intrinsics or extrinsics that were okay. Like, you got stealth from whatever boots the elves... Oh, crap. The elves wear. But, other than that, like, it wasn't amazingly good. Now they've added a lot of really cool stuff, so that pretty much every boot or pair of gloves has its own extrinsic as well. Things like iron boots, you won't be able to be pushed around by water currents underwater because they're heavy. Buckled boots can't be sucked off by monsters that suck off boots. Let's see... Old gloves that have like the old, or that's their name, they cannot be eroded the same way other gloves can, so they're basically fireproof, rot-proof as soon as you get them, which is nice. Fencing gloves give extra AC if you're wielding a one-handed weapon, things like that. So it adds extra flavor, and it kind of makes the game not only a little more balanced, but also kind of a little more, like, worthwhile to invest in other things. If you've seen from my NetHack games, it's kind of like, get Grey Dragon Scale Mail and then don't do anything else. You don't have to worry about any other armor, really. I mean, it's nice to have speed boots, it's good to have gauntlets of power, I guess, but... like, you don't really need that stuff. Let's see, do I start with... Yeah, I start with my rust-proof splint mail, so I don't think I'm going to upgrade to that. They've added some other armors. I think they've downgraded the AC that you get from scale mail, and upgraded a lot the plate mail, because plate mail is damn heavy, and I mean it's kind of good in NetHack, but you basically dump it as soon as you can get any kind of scale mail, dragon scale mail that is, just because the AC for dragon scale mail is so much better, and it's way lighter. They've changed that a lot in dNethack. Let's untrap this so that I could wait for my dog to catch up to me, No, that's not working. Untrap in that direction. No, keep getting hit by that dart. So I alluded a little bit to bow shuriken. Oh, cool. Darts. I've alluded a little bit to the server. And one thing that really piqued my interest... Oh, I don't have my dog. It doesn't matter. About this game was the most recently updated adds a bunch of classes. Or perhaps they were added, but I just don't have access to them in this version. Blind. And you can access that in the server version of the game. Also, at this point of the game, not every class has been ascended. And if you become the first to ascend the class on the server, you get a nice little token of your achievement on the NetHack wiki, which is nice. Man, I can't... Am I throwing that or shooting it? I don't know if it has auto-equip for bows while... So let me back up and see if I can fire it further. Yeah, it doesn't. And it looks like that's just a regular gas spore with a different sort of... different thing on it. So some roguelikes have... let me throw this guy. Have auto-equip for ranged weapons, or for... it automatically fires from the bow when you're firing an arrow. You don't have to manually switch. I don't think it does it for this one. But some of them do. And it's quite nice. And I'm going to move this statue just so that I can remember where the down staircase is. So some of the other classes that have been added other than Convict onto the server are Binder, Noble, and Pirate. So those are 3 new classes, as well as 2 new races, I believe. The Drow, or Drow, depending on how you want to say it, the Dark Elf, and the Herau, or Harrow. I'm not sure what that is. I'm guessing it's maybe like a gray elf, or something kind of in between a regular and a dark elf. Who knows? This is my guessing. A little bit about range weaponry I should have talked about a little bit before. And of course they start doing construction outside of my house. Go figure. But this game really incentivizes using range weaponry a lot more. I could just do my normal hack and slash on everything, but if I take the time to actually... Come on. Oh, there it is. Darn. If I take the time to actually range attack things, I'll be a lot more successful in my gameplay. Like that. Let me range attack that thing. There we go. And you get tons of experience for killing these gas spores, so it's totally worth it. Let's see, what else has changed? Quite a bit. Like, I've gone through the dungeon levels a little bit. I know that they add quite a few Demon Lord palaces, all of the cool Lovecraftian stuff. I think they have, like, Slash'em has alignment quests. This has alignment quests, too. Quite a few things like that. I've gone over the armor changes. Let's see what else. Lots of new monsters, kind of like Slash'em, and it incorporates a lot of flavor from D&D, Lovecraft. It has like Shoggoth and all of those little creepies, as well as it has some references to Homestuck. So if that's your thing, you can find it. Pretty cool. Hopefully I'm far enough away. Yeah. Cool. Adds the Beholder as well, just like a couple other variants have. Oh, I guess some other things. It replaces Elbereth, which is kind of a broken mechanic, with warding signs instead, which... I don't understand these quite right. Let me just go check them. So wards are something that greatly kind of enhance the flavor of the game, instead of just having that catch-all Elbereth that frightens all monsters that respect it. Different wards frighten different varieties of monsters, and can have different effects. And there's several ways of obtaining wards. Let me see. I have a topaz ring. Rings sometimes can be generated... Oops, not zap. Can sometimes be generated with wards. So if I were to select... Let's see if I can just try it. Select read and then G. No. Ooh, add Arium. Let's search. I guess not. Some rings will have wards generated on them, which can be read, as well as spellbooks. Most spellbooks will have wards on them to kind of seal the magic within them. You get a bonus to reading wards, so it's quite a bit less risky to read a ward than it would be to read a spellbook, and it kind of gives use for spellbooks in a way that that non-casting classes can identify with. So here we go. We've got tons of stuff. We got lots of scrolls, lots of potions. I'm going to see if there's any new scrolls or potions in dNethack, and I'm willing to bet that there are. I can't find very much info about it, and I'm not going to worry too much. I don't have too much gold, and I don't really need anything. I'm just kind of trying to go quickly so I can get over some stuff. So let's eat my slime molds. Along with wards, there are also staves. So wards are engraved onto the ground. You learn from spellbooks and rings. Staves are wards that can be engraved onto clubs or things like that, and it acts like a ward as well. But I'm guessing you can also carry it around with you. I think that's how it works. Alright, so we've entered the Gnomish Mines now. Dwarves start with, I think, the ability to carve most staves, as well as a club and a knife so that they can start carving. So if we look, we have new armor for gnomes. They start with pointy gnomish hats, which is cute and cool. And if you're a gnome character, you will start with that too. I think, and like an anklet as well. So all kind of in gnomish attire. Was there anything else? Oh yes, intrinsics. So intrinsics in NetHack were sort of a set it and forget it type of thing. Once you get an intrinsic, you've got it for the rest of the game. You don't have to worry about it, and it's fine. But with this game, intrinsics go away after a while unless they're granted by armor. In that case, I guess they're extrinsics. But they can go away if you get them from a corpse. They last for a certain number of turns, and that's it. Other than that, we got ourselves an iron wand. Dead. There are a lot more corpses that will guarantee you get intrinsics, such as the gelatinous cube corpse. I think you will always get 50 turns of whatever intrinsic. Oop, I don't need that one. And I think that's about it I can think of. There's tons of more things. I haven't really touched on any of the weaponry or exactly what the new monsters are. I don't want to spoil too much. This is just sort of a preview looking at what's different, not exactly what's the best or any sort of strategy. And it adds quite a lot in a really satisfying way. And it's nice that there is still development going on in this roguelike. You never know. Oh, let's get that gunyoki. You never know exactly with a lot of these variants, how long they can be around for. Usually they're just a pet project. There's something fun, and then the community kind of gloms onto it. But this one shows some signs of, having further updates. The community's really cool. I like that there's sort of a contest to see who can ascend the new classes. And I've kind of showed you how to do connect to NetHack servers in that last branch port video. I just used Telnet, but there's a lot more sophisticated clients that will help you access things safely and easily. And it looks like I'm in Minetown right now. So, of course, the first rule of Minetown is look for magic lamps, and it doesn't look like we have a magic lamp this time. I think I might leave it here. I'm already kind of pushing that 30-minute mark, I believe. I forget how long my first two parts of this video were. And I've kind of pointed at everything I've wanted to. Let me just check to make sure I haven't left anything major out. Many of the existing NetHack roles have been modified quite a bit, so your starting gear will be different. Your quest artifacts will be different. Many things like that. Also, intrinsics that you'll get. I know barbarians can get multiple attacks as they level up. So they they get pretty powerful. Your first artifact that you get from sacrificing also changes quite a bit with different races to kind of balance things out. I know that I just read a couple. The archaeologist sounds pretty cool. It's like a shield of reflection. But I don't want to spoil too much. You'll have to find the rest out when you play yourself. So dNethack, pick it up. Try grabbing it from GitHub or accessing the server. Get good. Maybe join that Junethack Tournament. Links should all be in the description. Thank you and take care.